Hello and welcome back to our second Accountability Live. How are you, Granny?
I'm very well, thank you, Octo. Yourself?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. You've obviously kept me entertained enough for to come back for a second week, which is surprising.
That's good. How's the voice?
Yeah, not too bad today. Like I said, I gargled some seawater before we jumped on the live, and
Oh, good. Have you got a
yes.
spritzing bottle there?
No, I don't actually. But yeah, my little octopus attendant on the couch is not feeling too well by the looks of it this week. So
yeah, he's a bit, and he's not even looking.
No, that's right. Wait, he just had his performance review. You see, yeah. So he's feeling a bit flat under the gills.
Right, like a few people might feel today once they talk
yeah,
to
that's
us.
right. I'm actually curious to see if we do get anyone come back to the truth.
True.
I've been talking it up. Like I said, I really, I don't hold anything back. So I'd be curious to see if anyone comes back for a bit of punishment.
Yes, I must say I have seen you in action.
That's right. We did see some people come through. Oh, I'm very rude. Give me 2 seconds, and I'll put the stream into the chat, which I'm not very organised. Yeah, it's hard being an octopus trying to take over the world. There we go. The stream should come through in a minute.
So many things to think of.
That's right. Let's have before we go further and start screaming at people. Let's say hello to the chat. Oh, who's this handsome fellow? We got.
Oh God.
Yeah, so that handsome octopus has said, feel free to pop in and discuss your accountability goals, aspirations, and hostile takeovers. So as long as you're not trying to take over the same thing I am, go for gold. Wait a sec. Sorry. We got Mary here. Mary, hello.
Good morning, Mary.
Hopefully you'll feel free to jump on. Mary again. Minnesota, is that correct? Is that how you pronounce it?
Good evening. Yeah, Minnesota.
That's right. Well, I'll change it to something more easily to pronounce when I take over.
Right.
Maybe
like Octo World or.
Yeah, it could be. Well, that's right. Well, I heard it snows there, so maybe I'll just have to stay out of there. Octopuses don't like the snow.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I've only ever seen the snow once in my entire life. So.
Oh, really? 406 years that you've been alive?
Exactly. I saw it when I was about in my 15th year, so it's been a long time.
Oh, we've got our resident stalker. Hello, Blake. How are you?
Good morning, Blake.
Mary's again. Oh, she's saying hello. Wait a sec. We'll move on. Oh, we got Marilyn. Family Getaways, Melbourne. Welcome, Marilyn. Hope you're well.
Good morning, Marilyn. Yes, you might be right, what we were talking about before.
Cindy, good morning.
Good morning, Cindy.
Good morning, Matilda. Hope you're well.
Hi, Matilda.
Oh, Bax. Look, we got Pac-Man. A bit of a fan of the old arcade.
Hello, Bax.
Oh, this is a person that should be in jail. I wonder who that is. Laura. Hello, Laura.
Hi, Laura. Good to see you here.
So that's the link there. So if you by all means jump in, feel free to pop on, and you don't have to, right? So you're more than welcome to go through the chat and go from there. If you
want to come in on and jump on screen with us, please click on the link.
So the only caveat to that is that you need to be slightly more aesthetically pleasing than Granny. So it's not a high bar. It's not a high bar.
Karma's going to hit you big time one day.
Heroes World. Hopefully, I'm getting it right. Heroes World. Yeah.
I might have had one of my fans actually suggesting that you might be a bit of a misogynist.
I know. I'll have to arrange for some people to get on. I think we've got our first victim in the chat waiting. So I'll just quickly get through the rest of the chat. So we've got Hilo in Virginia.
Hi, Hilo.
I don't know. I think there's another couple of resellers from Virginia that I've been told.
Oh,
I think back from Burnout set in Virginia at the moment, or she was previously, and hopefully she stays
there. Don't be mean.
Oh, pretty hostile in his last video. I had to catch up.
Yes, you were.
I've been quite slow. Grumpy Granny keeps going mad at me because I don't watch YouTube. I beck and call that she tells me to. So we'll discuss a bit today what her plans are and a bit in the podcast as well. So cool. All right, I'll get you on in a second, Mary. Won't be a second, and that's correct, which is fantastic because the octopus is always correct. Misogynist. Here we go. We got our first victim. Look.
Oh, good morning, Mary.
Good morning, evening, afternoon, whatever.
Well, that's right. That's exactly right. It all blends into one. You're right in sometimes. Don't put it that way.
I thought about you the other day, Octopus. I had some squid. It was good.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Well, octopuses and squids are two different things, but yeah, I'm glad that you're thinking it in some capacity.
Mm.
Or tasty.
It is fried.
I was going to say, I think I'd be a bit rubbery at the moment, so I need to get. I'm waiting for it to warm up so I can go back to the gym because I'm a bit blubbery at the moment.
Oh.
Yes. And how's Minnesota?
It is 80 degrees, and I heard you've never seen snow. I'd be more than happy to switch with you.
Well, you would not believe how happy that would make me. So you're more than welcome to send Granny over there, and I'll take you here.
Hey, that's enough. Yes. Look, I actually saw a little bit of snow once for about an hour on a school trip when we were going to, we were coming back from one place and they detoured us because half of us had never seen snow, and we got to sort of get out and throw a snowball and get back on the bus and come home. So that's it.
I tell you what, when I lived in Florida, I used to ask my brother if he would send me snowballs, like freeze them and send them down.
So I'm actually surprised they had buses in 1892.
That's enough.
Yes.
I could have said, well, we were on that.
Leave her alone.
Yeah, on the horse and buggy.
I have one channel. My dad had me on the roof with the antenna. I'm there with you. Trust me.
Oh, there we go. Look at that. We've got two people that live in the middle of nowhere. Well, while you two reminisce, I'm going to jump out for a second, jump back in. Give me 2 seconds. Keep talking among yourselves.
Okay, we'll do.
We talk about him then?
Yes, yeah, we should. Yeah, so one of our fans actually suggested he might have been a bit of a misogynist. And so I don't know that I could. Yeah, I'm thinking about whether I use the terminology male chauvinist pig in the podcast. But that sounds a bit rough. I've got to come up with something else, I think.
Puss.
Yeah.
You do realise I can still hear you when I jump out of the studio. Jeez, it's the last time I try and keep my voice for you, Granny. So, for those that don't know, last week I had a bit of a voice malfunction, I suppose you could say. Like I lost my voice for about 4 or 5 days after. So Granny has me drinking this horrible concoction that she came up with.
Yes, well, it's probably the first time that you've ever taken notice of anything I say.
Yeah, well, that's another point. Yeah, so there's always a first for everything. I don't know. What is it, Granny? Like dirt and sticks or something?
Oh no, lemon and honey and ginger. Nice.
Yes. And cayenne. If you add a little bit of cayenne to it, it's really good.
Oh, there you go, Octo. Add a bit of cayenne pepper. Or we would actually call that cayenne pepper.
I'm learning.
Yep.
I have no idea what either of you are talking about. I've never heard of cayenne pepper or cayenne pepper.
It's a spice.
It's really good. You can throw it in anything. Big tablespoon of it and take it straight down.
I was about to say, at the bottom of the ocean, we really only have salt as the flavour of choice.
Yeah, well, you could do with a bit of peppering up sometimes.
Yeah, well that's exactly right. It might make me a little bit less tough. So, Granny, did you write down the people that we actually had last week coming up? I don't know.
I have. Yeah.
I'm not seeing many people in the chat, so there's 11 people watching us at the moment.
Well, we had Hilo, and Matilda's here, so she was one, Blake, and where's John the reseller?
Yeah, that's right. We've got Wayno in the back room, so we might pop Wayno in as well.
Oh, have we?
Yeah, I don't know if you've met Wayno, Mary. He runs his own little YouTube channel, Uncle or Little. It's 4 times bigger than mine, so I can't call it bigger. Yeah, so Wayno's pretty good. Like he normally has like a weekly show, and he kind of does a weekly roundup reselling show with Granny and something similar to that. But he can pretty much explain himself better than me. Yes. Hello, Wayno. How are you?
He's a big boy. He can explain himself.
Well, okay, you said.
A t-shirt.
Everyone loves this shirt. I thought most people wouldn't get it. But.
Uncle Wayno, just mind your P's and Q's this morning. Thank you very much.
I had to edit one out. It was fine.
No worries, fucker.
You are so naughty.
I know. We've got another person in the chat. We've got Laura in the chat. Oh, yeah, sorry, in the stream as well. Oh, hang on. We've got a group. Hello, Laura. How are you?
Wow.
Hi.
Hi, Laura.
So it's turning into the Brady Bunch here. We're losing track of everyone. How are you, Laura?
I'm really good and very grateful you guys are doing this. Thank you so much.
That's right. Before we kick you off the stream, Blake's just gone. He was going to go. Before we kick you off the stream, though, we need to ask you one question. Yeah, obviously this will kind of work out if you keep talking to you or not. What do you think of Wayno's shirt?
Okay, I'm a bit worried about what my answer is. I think I'm going to go with that live and let live motto.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's all right. I personally like it. That's why I was just thought you you can stay.
No, I like graphic tees and band tees, so all good.
Well, it's not a band tee. It's Mothman, which is, what would you say, Wayno? Like an urban legend or the movie?
Yeah, it's like an urban legend. I would say go onto Google and research it, but don't research it too much because Mothman will come visit you.
Yes, true.
He's kind of like Slender Man, so...
It's actually a really crazy story. There's a movie called Mothman Prophecies. It's got Richard Gere, Laura Linney in it, and it's about the Mothman in, I can't remember what the town is. It's written on here, Point Pleasant in America, and everyone in this town has seen Mothman. Not just the crazies, out in Vegas that see the UFOs.
We've got one at the top.
Everyone has seen Mothman. The doctors, the police, everyone. And all these strange things happen in the town. There's a movie about it. The DVD has a big documentary about it on it.
Hey, Sam, here you go.
So, yeah, it's really weird. It's a pretty cool, really cool movie.
So what's your thought of the Mothman, Mary?
He tasted good.
Well, maybe next time don't put your spotlight on to attract him. So
what you do in the bedroom in your own time is your place.
It's crunchy the first bite, but you're good. You're good.
Oh, that's
so
very good.
Back on topic, Laura. So what brings you in here? So you said that you're grateful that we're doing something like this. I think that's the first time someone's appreciative of the octopus.
I actually am in that Facebook group, and I asked about the accountability. Like, is there any groups that meet? And I think John was the first person who said that there's him. He does it, and you guys do it, and because I watch the American ones, but sometimes it doesn't translate to Australia.
Yep.
And I just want to learn how to be a better seller and improve my listings. Sorry, I live across the road from a train line. And also,
that's all right. Where I live across the road from everything in the town. So that's good. And
also accountability. Like if I'm given a deadline, I'm great. I stick to it. Otherwise, I just faff around and nothing happens. So I love the idea of accountability and learning. And like I've stalked your listings on Groggy's something or other. I'm not going to say the full thing.
Groggy's patch,
yeah.
That's
so,
okay.
So it's just I just find the sharing of knowledge and information generous and kind, and I hope in some way, I can repay or pay forward as well.
Yep. Oh, look, I'm big time into the sharing thing. I think that, sometimes I've found over the years, probably sometimes I can absorb knowledge in a certain way and explain it back in a different way to people. And that has really helped other people because they may not understand it, especially when it comes to technology and stuff. Look, I've got a lot of friends that are, a bit old like me, and they're, what I would call technically illiterate, and they do struggle with stuff like that. Whereas I found for some reason I can translate it back. So, yeah. And I'm all
your
very
YouTube videos are great.
The
rapping.
Thank you.
It's been good, Laura. I will chat to you next time. No.
Oh, don't be like that. I've got an octopus photo to send you.
It's you do? Okay. Well, you can stay.
Octopus.
You can stay then.
Cool.
Hi,
Blake.
How you going?
Good. So, And Mary, in your last video, which I also watched the other day, you picked up a koala.
Yes, a koala, not a koala bear. A koala.
Not a koala bear. She did very well and didn't call it a koala bear, I thought.
You know, it's funny.
So,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you go. You go.
No, you first.
Well, I was just going to ask Laura. So, where do you think you need the most help as far as getting your listings up? Is it just that accountability side of things? Do you think, or
accountability, sell-through rate? I mean, cost of goods, I've got no problem with. I've got some great sources up here in Brisbane I can access for stuff. Still learning probably what sells and what doesn't sell. Like Sass and Bite is so hard to move.
Oh, really? Because I
love Sass and Bite.
So is that jeans or is that?
Oh, not jeans. Just the
okay.
You know, anything other than jeans. Yeah, I find I'm surprised, and maybe it's because I'm 54. And my knowledge of fashion's a little bit outdated. Who knows? My 19-year-old daughter rolls her eyes all the time at me.
Hey, John. Yeah, look, for me, I find my age gives me an advantage when I'm doing clothing shopping and jeans and stuff because I can spot the good vintage stuff that everyone really likes right now. I can spot that a mile away. But yeah, look, I haven't sold any. I don't think I've sold much Sass.
Was she saying something? I don't know. Was she halfway through?
I feel like I'm. What are you doing?
She's fallen off the motor plane.
I feel like I'm in a roundabout. I'm getting dizzy. So, what sort of stuff do you sell, Laura? Are you an everything seller, or?
I am mostly 90% clothes. So I have ADHD and I get bored really easily. And I need
welcome to my world. Yes,
I need to inject fun in my life. So I like to sell toys and books and weird stuff, but sometimes it doesn't work out. And I'm currently sun drying a Walter Christensen vintage dress that my aunt wore for her wedding in the 80s.
Oh, very nice.
She's gone into a nursing home, so I'm selling it for my cousin. So as soon as it gets a bit of nice sun after being washed.
For those of you that don't know, Walter Christensen is an Australian designer that was very big back in the 80s. I had a little jacket that I sold of his not long ago.
I saw it. Beautiful.
Wasn't it gorgeous?
Yeah. So I like everything. I just too much.
So do you find with your ADHD, and I'll speak from experience here, so do you find that you have a little trouble with your impulse control when you see stuff that isn't in your niche, but you think you're just going to sell?
Absolutely. And usually it's, if I don't buy this right now, someone else is going to, and then it's buyer's remorse big time because I didn't do my comps.
Yes.
And I feel weird saying comps because I was telling my mum about it because she sells a little bit on eBay. And I said, you have to use the word comps, Mum. That's what everyone on YouTube says. And she said, what does it mean? It's comparisons. No, I love it. I love all the learning. It's wonderful.
Yeah, the learning is good. Yeah.
And
Mary, because Mary, you pick up a lot of knicky-knacky stuff. Is that your main
I had
thing?
a brick and mortar before I wound up with my 5th bout of cancer. And I shut the brick and mortar down. And I have a lot of vintage clothes I haven't even got on yet, vintage shoes. I had mannequins actually on each side of my office right now that are fully dressed. But I try to sell just like a little bit of everything because there's always like people have different niche. And you were talking about as far as trying to keep focused. Write down what you want to list the next day, Laura. I mean, like, okay, so and make it feasible where it's something you'll want to complete. Like the day before, I'm going to take pictures of 5 jeans or 5 blouses, and then the next day just make sure you get those on and then just check them off. That way it's like you keep yourself accountable for it because it's so easy. It doesn't matter if you have ADHD or not. I mean, it's just so hard sometimes.
That's right.
I just want to go and find some new stuff. I mean, we're all like that. It's like, you get sometimes tired.
Oh, I do agree, but I think reselling's very attractive. It's a very attractive job or thing to do for people with ADHD because it does tend to work with that impulses and the
I think, Granny, planning for success when you have ADHD, because my son's autistic and has ADHD. He's 21. So I kind of have a bit of a stressful, caring for him story, but that's not the place. But with me, I know if it's boring, I'll stop it, and I feel like I fail because I have all these unfinished products. Whereas if I keep it fresh and new, like this is, and I've been doing this for a few months and still loving it. Yeah.
Look, I've only been doing it for nearly 18 months now, I think, since I started doing it. And I wished I'd discovered it before, because I can just see so much possibility with it. And I just my ADHD is partly fed by absorbing knowledge and learning, and there's so much to learn and so much exciting things, and all that sort of thing, and even developing my photo station, how much work I put into that to get it just right and all those sorts of things. But I'm a list maker though. I'll make a list and tick it off.
Yeah. I'd love to see your photo station. Is it in a video back in your history or?
Not yet. I've updated it a little bit since the last time it was in. Yeah. Oh, I will do something on that soon.
I'll go give you a private room so you can both chat about your photo station.
Yeah.
Wayne, what were you saying, mate? Sorry.
I've got an important question I want to ask Mary. You said you live in Minnesota.
Yes, sir.
Do you live near Paisley Park?
No, actually, I live right on the South Dakota border, so I'm not near the city. Praise God. So I'm on one of the lakes, but it's nice. It's very quiet, but I have a lot of places I can go sourcing here too. So it makes it kind of an advantage to it. But I do go into the city. I go see a couple of resellers over there to go to the bins and things like that.
I was referring to Prince.
Sorry.
I was about to say it was either the film set of a Quentin Tarantino movie or Prince. That's what my guess was going to be.
That's where Prince lived, Minnesota. Well, obviously it's a big place, so that's where Paisley Park is, and it's my absolute dream to go there.
Oh, really? Oh, it's nice. I mean, I've gone through it and I've driven through it, but it's it's not. I didn't put the two and two together. I'm sorry. I'm old and blonde, okay? That's all I go with.
If I put Wayne on mute, it's probably because he's singing Prince songs. So
or a little Bon Jovi.
Yeah, he likes to be like you wouldn't be a bigger fan of Bon Jovi than Uncle Wayne.
Yeah,
I can't say that. I grew up in Maryland, so I was a Prince. I was into Prince. I was into Bon Jovi. But I grew up with Glenn Miller Band, Patsy Cline. Old stuff. Yeah. So it's like, all the newer stuff is kind of, I'm old.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say Prince is newer stuff.
I try to keep up with keep up to date.
I think Wayne draws the line at Patsy Cline, though, just from the look of him.
I do.
I grew up very cute. I like listening to the real old stuff, but I quite often put Sam Cooke on. I just get in the mood and chuck Sam Cooke while I'm doing work.
I play a lot of Sam Cooke.
Yeah.
John mightn't be talking, but geez, he's noisy.
I know, I was about to say that.
John's busy in the background.
Guys. I am so young, and I almost feel prepubescent in this conversation. So I'm just gonna make noise like a child around the dinner table when all the oldies are talking about.
No, that's old people.
Hang
on, he's breaking up. He's going through a tunnel.
Old music for me is like the Backstreet Boys. So I mean, come on, like you guys are ancient compared to me.
How old are you, John?
Oh, please.
I'm 35.
Yeah, well, I'm only 20.
Yeah, you're my son's age.
I think you're about the same age as one of the Octo's tentacles.
What? Jeez. How many do you think octopuses have, Granny? I normally
It's
have to go mad at
Australia,
Wayno.
United States. It still came out the same way. Okay.
This is why we have StreamYard. We can record these moments and put them and repurpose it to Kingdom Come.
It's normally Wayno I have to go mad at, not a Grumpy Granny.
Because I actually felt like I've always got it in my head when I go to say it, because every time I try to type it, it's just automatic, like, because there's only one letter difference, and I go to type it the wrong way. Yeah. Whoops.
Well, John,
okay, Granny.
John's only
Granny.
7 years difference between me and you, so we're not that far apart.
You'll be listening to Patsy Cline and Bon Jovi in no time, John.
So, Laura, I don't know how long you've been selling. I don't know if it's okay if I step in or not. Don't zap me out.
No, go for it.
But I don't know how long you've been selling. I've been selling for about 10 years. I started off part-time after I closed my store, obviously, to move my inventory. But you know what? It's so much fun. Don't let yourself get, hard. Don't get hard on yourself when you feel like you have completed something. Always just push forward through everything in life. Do it with a smile, and you will find out it'll make it so much easier. And you know what? I enjoy what I do because I'm kind of like Granny. I love actually digging into the history on things too that I have found over the years. Yeah. Yes, I love it. And put that history, if you're selling something like your aunt's dress, put that history in your description. You would be amazed how many people love that part of an item that's being sold, that it's been loved and how it's been loved there. And I'm like Granny. It's like I walk into stores and I know it's vintage because I grew up with it.
Yeah.
You know what it is. But it was funny. I had one of the other resellers say to me, she was like, "You need to walk through a mall." I'm going, okay, yeah. I haven't walked through a mall in like 10 years.
Yeah, no, I love vintage and old. We live in which is not old for American or the European standards, but our house is 120 years old. Probably not old for Victorian standards even.
Not old for Granny either.
Yeah, it's probably about the same age as mine.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I sold about 16 or 17 years ago. Oh my God, a motorbike. Just gonna have mom.
That's okay. The microphone's zapping it out, so we don't really hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mum and my sister and I, so my mum's a trailblazer. She's really cool, and we started an eBay store when my kids were babies, and my son was quite disabled at that time, and we were the biggest surf label sellers in Australia on eBay.
Wow.
But it was so different back then. Like, it's so different.
Yeah.
What is different? I'm by myself now.
What is different?
So it's
delivered by kangaroo.
It's the professionalism. It's the quality customer service you must provide, which I agree with. It's like I sold a pair of Vans that had to go to get authenticated, and I really appreciate that. I think it's great that they offer that service for free, so that counterfeit goods are kept off eBay. So it's just the photos have got to be better. You can't just put them on the floor and take a photo. Well, you can.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people still do.
You're competing with so many other great sellers. So to get in front, you've got to do. Yeah.
Find the sellers that are doing really well, and look and see what their pictures look like, and then look and see how they're describing their items, because that's key. This way you know what to put out there. It's funny, when I started out, I was going, oh my gosh, here I am. There's no way I can do this. And a lot of my stuff is not even sold online. It's actually sold offline, because you never know who you're going to sell to. I wound up selling to HBO, and then wound up giving them, looking for things that they needed to do, get shorty. So I was getting all. Yeah. And like with jewelry and stuff, it's like, and if I turns you around, it's really scary. But there's like 20,000 pieces of jewelry in my office.
I think I said there's all these corpses lined up.
Yes, it's not a hoard. But the thing is, you know, find something that's your niche that makes you happy again with it. Because what makes you successful is really having fun at it.
Yeah, I think the looking and sourcing is fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
I bought something at an auction. So Lloyd's Auctions, they're Australia-wide. They had a film set of Hang On Train.
So whilst Laura's fighting with the train, getting slightly back on track before we bring her back on, what accountability goals do we have this week?
John, did you make a video every week? Every day this week, past week?
Clearly you don't notice my efforts, and I'm a bit offended.
I do notice your efforts, but I'm asking you to report, please.
That's all right.
Clearly, I don't need to justify myself. If you want to go checking, check yourself.
I have already checked, thank you, sir, because I have watched them, but you need to report. Yeah, check them out. Good.
That's how we deal with random people here.
You still need to report to do your proper report for the other boys and girls.
I have done a video every single day. I have sucked up the what's the word? Tentacles. I have sucked it up and done it, and so yes, I have done a video every single day, which I'm quite happy about.
And did you find it that difficult?
I still don't enjoy editing. I really don't. But I will persist for the benefit of the community, and thankfully getting good feedback as well, because it's the channel is at a point where there's a good chunk of people who haven't actually seen the older stuff. So I've actually cut up some of the older stuff as well. And yeah, like today I reshared one that was from I think 4 months back, and got some views on that and good feedback on that too. So. Yeah.
So, can I ask
you
you a
fan,
question?
John. You're a fan. Marilyn's a fan. It's always good to start at one, mate.
Yeah, it's good that you've got one. So let me ask you a question. So with the editing, what is the particular? What are you doing? Are you taking out pauses? What specific things are you editing?
What's the word? I don't like doing things that don't make me money. That's the short answer. So
that's not answering my question.
But it does though, because essentially when you have for those of you who don't know me in this live stream, I have like 6 eBay stores and I sell predominantly toys. As you can see, I've got a lot of inventory, right? But if I have time, I can go list and actually make money, which is why editing to me feels like it's a hard thing to do. It's like,
would you say it's a sunk cost?
I struggle to schedule time to take my wife on dates. Let's just put it that way.
That's not good.
And yeah, so if you can imagine, I essentially owe Jenny probably some dates, but I'm there editing video, and I think that's kind of why I find editing so hard, because I know that there's a long-term payoff with the editing. I know that the community appreciates the effort, but it doesn't pay. That's the problem. So I have to,
So let's go back to my original question. When you're editing a video, what are you physically doing to the video? Is what I want to know.
I am taking out the bits that I'm taking out the bits that I like, and then kind of like either mashing them together or making them topical, and then having to think about how do I reshare this on Instagram a few different ways so that people can rewatch it again and so forth, to kind of build up that view, the build up the views. In short, I'm learning social media because I'm very much a reseller, YouTuber second. Actually, I feel like ideally I would just live stream, and then that would be the best thing, because then I'm working and doing at the same time, which is why you'll notice that there is significantly less inertia of me doing the listing live streams, because I'm actually working, making money whilst doing the YouTube. But if it's just the YouTube stuff, especially the minutia of the YouTube stuff, it gets quite. I grind on the inside doing it, which is something I need to figure out. But that's very much a me thing more than a YouTube thing.
Okay. So what do you? What? Sorry, Octo, you go.
No, I was just going to introduce John to Mary, but that's all right. Continue your train of thought. And
Hello, Mary.
No, I was looking at your YouTube, okay, and you remind me of like your videos that you're doing. Reminds me of James. He does that. He does the videos of him doing his what he's marketing out there, what he has out there. But do you ever do any type of videos with actually taking people shopping with you, showing them what you're getting? Because
you're really shopping.
He does.
I don't go shopping. That's the problem.
Have you seen his haircut?
You can
Would you
make
like
a
him out in
date with
public?
your wife if you would do this. Take your wife with you in video.
So the way that I scaled up the business was actually over COVID. I started sending courier labels to all these people on Marketplace. So the way I shop is I just change my location marker on Marketplace and I just send courier labels. I also pay up front and I get them to ship it to me. So I'm probably one of the few resellers that don't have any content as far as sourcing is concerned, because all my stuff's very rinse and repeat. So I could get a tub of Hot Wheels get delivered to my house, but nobody wants to really sort through Hot Wheels with me because it's very much something that's of interest to the Hot Wheels person, not the reseller. Does that make sense?
Well, actually doing hauls would actually, I might be wrong with this. I don't know how Australia works, and please correct me if I'm wrong. But there are a lot of video content that's out there where people just purchase from like goodwill.com and it gets shipped to them, and then they show a haul of what they got. And there's a lot of hobbyists, and there's actually a lot of toy collectors out there all over that would love to see what you have, because doing the videos, it takes a while for us to make money on them, but at the same time, your main money that you're making from there is your advertising. You're advertising to, even if it's hundreds of people, because word to mouth is the best advertisement in the world. I've owned businesses since I was 21. I own a trucking company on top of doing this full time.
Wow.
The thing is word to mouth is huge. So if you're wanting to expand, I hope I'm not stepping in on here.
No, go for it.
No.
But anytime that you're sitting there and you're putting a video out and you're showing people what you have, they're going, oh, that's where I can find it. Because there might be an item that they're looking for specifically that you haven't listed yet, but they see it. And you give them the opportunity in your description to come to you via email and look at it, go through PayPal, and then ship through. And I don't know if that's how it works over there, but I do very well with, granted, I once had a lot of money in, motion sickness pills for my first videos.
Yeah. I'm hearing you.
That actually makes sense. And I think, yes, I could definitely do that. And you've given me an idea and I will do it. Now I got to go find a hole. Like, that makes sense. That makes sense. I will do it.
When you're unboxing stuff like that too, like if it's a lot, like if you get a haul of like 100 cars or something, and you're finding that you don't want to go through the whole lot because you want to make a shorter video, just like, film the whole lot of you unboxing it, and then parts of it you can just speed up and put a little bit of music behind.
Because I was thinking about, Mary, you've reminded me, I have a lot of Transformers. I keep talking about this, but I haven't gotten around to it because it's not my bread and butter stuff. But I bought it for content. I bought it because I do sell it, but they're all like G1, G2 Transformers. So essentially, I'm going to do that. I'm going to make a video, do it as a live stream even, and then just people can make me offers as we go along, and then I'll just move them. And hopefully I'll just end up with half the lot to list rather than the whole lot. That's a great idea. Yeah.
Yeah. And you wouldn't have the overhead of your platform for like selling, I don't know what platforms you sell on, whether it be eBay, Poshmark, Bakari, Etsy, things like that. You wouldn't have the overhead for that. And anytime that we can get free advertisement and no overhead, we make more money. That's especially if you're paying for a shipment to be shipped to you, you have overhead. So this is a good way to take that overhead out and to equalize out as far as your shipping and what you're paying for it. I always tell people with any type of business, anytime you can get your overhead from here to here, do it. So, that's the way to do any business. Bring your overhead down and go in and well
done, Hilo.
Yeah, and have fun doing it. You have a big smile on your face now, so it's like you want to have fun now, and that's just it because what you do.
No, it's because John's psychotic.
Well, the thing is, Mary, I enjoy everything, and I hope that people don't get the impression that I don't enjoy the YouTube and the editing. I enjoy it. I very much do. But I guess if someone were to ask me what is the one thing you don't enjoy more than anything else, that would be the one thing. It's like in my reselling business. The thing I hate the most is shipping. The moment I can delegate it, I delegate it. I love the listing. I love the sourcing. I think someone asked you, why do I do listing videos? Because the listing videos, we do them Tuesday and Thursday nights, and people come and do listings as well. So Marilyn was asking why the listing videos. So essentially, it's a live stream, 9:30 to 2 in the morning, and people just come and do listings with me. And those who find that they're at home not getting anything done, they might as well do listing. And if they can't watch Netflix because my live stream is on their television, then it does the job. So it's more of a come together and let's all work together kind of a vibe. Productivity.
Yeah, because I find that particularly Tuesday is good for me because I actually find that's the night I actually do my listings for today, so that I don't have to worry about doing listings today when we do the live stream and the podcast. So yeah, it's good.
Yeah, and set a day aside for your editing because I hate editing.
God. Really?
You know what the thing is I use Adobe Premiere Pro. Nice. And I swear that thing likes to lock up. I'll get it all done, and all of a sudden it like
morning, friend.
I'm going, no, 6 hours of editing. No.
Yeah. See, I use Filmora, and I find it quite good. It's pretty easy to use, but yeah, I like doing it. See, my trouble is I tend to over edit, and I'm always wanting to do little special effects.
You don't say, Granny. I thought your videos look pretty no filter.
Yeah, you should see what you know how they say to you when you're staging something and you put so much stuff there and then they tell you to take half of it back out.
Yep.
That's how I edit my videos.
Thank you.
I put all these things in there and then I take half of it out.
Mary, I actually edit on my phone. I don't even edit on the computer because I'm like Granny. I will over edit if I give myself too many tools to work with. So my editing looks like this. I'm on my phone just scrubbing with my thumbs.
Can you do that? No,
I couldn't do that. I wouldn't be able to see.
No, in my phone, I'm bad enough with it. Like it's as illiterate as a newborn child because I'll do voice to text to try to like get stuff. And my mother is like, "Oh my God, did you really say that to me?" And I'm like, "What? Oh, you used the F word?" And I'm like, "Oh my God."
What about you, Wayno? Do you edit your videos, mate?
Hey?
Do you edit your videos?
I think you have to actually make videos to be able to edit them.
They're a lot of fun. True. You know, I had one person get me started. I was going to try it 10 years ago. And the Crazy Lamp lady, she's here in the United States. She's huge. Jocelyn tried to get me to start 10 years ago when I had talked to her privately online. And it was, wasn't quite the push. And then I went through another cancer. So I just kind of stepped back. And my disease blew me up 85 pounds within 3 weeks because my body excretes massive amounts of cortisol. And I'm stuck with it for life. And I'm sitting here and I'm just like, about a year ago, Mikey Bags of Money was on, and I was watching Mikey, and I'm going, why don't I try this? I mean, it's the best advertisement in the world, and he got me to actually initiate it. And then, of course, Yvonne, and of course, you met the girls, Kristen and them, and you get yourself a really good circle of people. And the YouTube community is amazingly wonderful. Although the Disgruntled Octopus, because of him, I jumped into the FedEx white van and tried to go. But,
yeah.
But look for the ice cream van, not the FedEx van.
Well,
they're worse than I am.
I don't know. Perhaps the Australian YouTube community is not the same because, like I've gone from being Leanne, the nice person, to Grumpy Granny, like in a very short period of time.
Do you know how many YouTubers in the United States are talking about you guys right now? Do you have any?
Really? No.
All over.
Tell us.
Which is, over 100,000 followers. By the way, his family are very nice people. He is a very nice guy. He really is.
Well, he's not that good because we haven't converted. We've only got 2 subscribers.
They were talking about you guys on their live the other day. And on their Trash to Cash podcast, absolutely, they were talking about you guys.
Yeah,
and
I did hear them talk about Octo.
Yeah, you guys are like all out there because you don't understand. We're like sitting here as Americans going, they're so neat. It's kind of like your toys you pick up, John. It's like, oh, look, here's a new toy you can play with.
Well, you know,
don't ask Uncle Wayne about his toys.
Yeah, it's quite interesting when I had an old school friend that I hadn't seen for a while and asked me what I was doing now. And I said, well, I've got 2 jobs, actually. I said, my first is that I am a reseller on eBay. And they went, oh, yeah, as if like that's not a real job. And then I said, and I also do a weekly podcast with an octopus. And I'm Grumpy Granny and an octopus, and we do a podcast. Well, you should have seen their face because I thought I was actually joking. So I had to pull up a bit of video to show them I was telling them.
With what Mary was saying, because well, I love what you've shared because I'm going to try and do that. Although my YouTube content's poor and I don't have any experience, and I'm going to work on that. But I put up snippets of things I list on TikTok, and I've sold to a couple of people through TikTok, and I also put those TikToks on my Instagram, 2 different accounts, and I've sold through that too.
Wow, that's great.
Do it on your YouTube though. Do shorts, Laura. Do shorts.
I've done
I don't know if it works the same way with you guys, Granny. I mean, I don't know, so I'm going to ask you. I know that YouTube's different with you guys there. Like, I know they changed rules with us. I'm monetized, but the thing is once you hit the 1,000 mark, it's getting your hours built up to there. Yeah. But shorts, do you guys get paid for the shorts over there?
Well, we don't get
very little.
Yeah, very little. I'm not monetized yet. Uncle Wayno, he's monetized, but he doesn't get enough money. The poor guy had to give himself a haircut the other week. So
that's because he doesn't make videos.
I got 50 followers.
So what I was going to say,
you leave him alone.
Laura, if you're making those little TikTok videos, or even if you're making reels on Instagram, and this is where I found it really good for people to start with, you've actually got content there. So you could actually use that as your starting point.
Thank you. I just feel I'm not fishing for compliments, but I feel like I don't know what I'm going to say.
Yep.
You
you
guys are funny.
Just start talking. Just start talking.
And look, you've only got to look at my early stuff. Like, I wouldn't even get in front of the camera. All you see is my hands showing stuff. I wouldn't even get in front of the camera. And then I thought I did it once, and then I thought, oh, look, stuff it. The kids, won't have much video of me. I'll get on there, and then if I die, they've got something to look at, So, yeah. And look what they're going to see.
I'm just
I think Grumpy Granny's the star of the show. Sorry.
But also Laura, you look like you're comfortable having a conversation. So really what you need to do is just have conversations. Like for me, I actually, because of the editing part of it, I struggled with the pre-recorded stuff starting out. And the reason why I'm much more comfortable now is because of the live streams. I realized that once I turn the camera on and I have to talk, I'm a lot better. It's more in flow. But if I had to record it, I was like, nah, that's not good enough. Nah, that's not good enough. In fact, one of my first videos, one of the comments is, you kind of started recording and then you stopped and then you just started it again, but you didn't take out the first bit. So it's just like, hi, this is John. I talk for like a minute. Then suddenly I go, hi, this is John.
Okay.
What did you have, Wayne? What did you find?
There's a Mariah Carey said is comped at $100.
Oh shit!
Whoa!
Christmas is coming.
How is that possible?
There's one listed for 85, and I just thought, oh, that's just a bullshit listing. And then I checked sold, and there's one sold for 100.
Wow! It's obviously not the Christmas CD.
No, it's always just a
Actually, one of the other CDs and albums that's selling. Oh God, what is that little blonde's name?
Taylor Swift.
Yes, Taylor Swift. $500. Her albums before.
I've been looking for her CDs.
Yeah. The first ones that she's done. You go make sure you find her first
the
ones.
early stuff.
And see, Laura, you're like, oh, I'm looking for it. And that's just it. Find out what's selling. And even if you have a death pile, let me tell you something. It was funny. I sold 3 items that I have had for 3 years in my death pile.
Yeah.
And they all sold for over $100 to $200. So, I mean, sometimes holding on to things like, I mean, Granny and anybody who's over the age of 55 will tell you, our stuff came back around. My toys.
Do you know what? I don't know whether you had them in America, Mary, but we had these shoes. They were called treads. And so the bottom of them was a piece of old tread off a tire, like a car tire, right? And then there was they somehow attached suede strapping in for the top part, and it was all woven, you know. But ugliest looking things you've ever seen, but they were the ants' pants, and you know, you were really cool if you had a pair of treads. And I was talking about the other day, like the flares are back in, and you know, lots of the types of clothing that we wore back then is back in. But the one thing that has never come back is treads.
Is that before? Is that before they sent you over from England, Granny, on the first ships?
You're so
John,
full
I'm
of it.
hovering over the review button, John.
You're so full of it.
So
Wayno, Wayno, I have to ask you, because on my list here I've got your name down for accountability.
What were you saying, Wayno?
Yeah, thanks. Can you only have 6 on here?
You like that power, don't you?
I do actually. Well, ask Wayno what my power is. He's taken mod rights off me.
I do want to say before I came on, Grumpy Granny was saying about how the octopus is misogynist, and I
didn't actually say that.
I think it's 2023, and you know the world we're living in, misogynists, narcissists, they're a dying breed. So,
that's right.
Back.
That's right. Like, that's exactly right. Who else wants to take over the world if there's not narcissists and misogynists running around?
Yeah, true. So what I was going to ask you, Uncle Wayno, was on my list for accountability. You said you were going to do nothing all week. Is that what you did?
Yep.
Okay. I just wanted to check that I could tick you off. That's all.
I had the flu, so I couldn't do anything.
Yeah, you're still feeling a bit crook, mate.
I still got it a little bit, but
So if you can do Grumpy Granny's mixture and throw, how do you pronounce that there? The cayenne. Yeah. Pepper into it just a little bit. Believe it or not, it'll open up the bronchioles of it. My disease, I'm stuck with it for life. So by the way, this is bucket list check. The thing is, it works really well doing what she was talking about, doing the lemon, the honey, throw a little bit of cayenne into it, throw that into some tea, whatever. It's a little spicy, but if you can just down it like a shot, that's a good way to do it too, just to hit it back and to knock it out. And believe it or not, if you look and Google up cayenne pepper, you'll find out all the benefits that are actually there for you, especially if you have a cold or whatever, and especially with like,
John, stop making so much noise.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Laura,
Granny,
just one thing when you're making your videos, though, I do have to say, young lady, you need to put a bit of lippy on, you know, because it's not it's not the done thing to go out of the house without your lippy on, you know.
And I'm a misogynist.
Yes, Mary, where's yours?
Okay, don't go there. Put it on and I'm going, yeah, I just don't do makeup and I'll start breaking out with hives.
I just made an appointment with my hairdresser today. I haven't been since before Christmas because interest rates going up, cost of living, everything's costing more, you know, whinge. And I rang them today. I said, I haven't been seeing anyone else. I haven't been able to afford it. So next week my hair will be better and different. I agree. Lipstick, nice hair.
So is that your accountability goals for the week, or are you going to do some eBay related
No, my
stuff?
accountability goals are five a day.
5 a day. So write that down, Granny. Write that down.
I am
that is very manageable.
And build up a draft bank of 30.
Well, start slow first. I suppose maybe do 4 a day and put 1 in your draft bank. Would you recommend that, John?
I don't draft bank.
No, I don't draft bank either. But I suppose if you kind of have that,
I actually recommend. I feel like if you try and do a certain quantity of something, you're less likely to do it. I'm very much a set aside the time and see how much you can get done in that time and learn something about yourself, especially if you're small. So for me, I'll go, I wonder if I can actually do 100 listings in 2 hours and just sit there and do it. The point is not to get to 100. The point is to see how far along I get. Next time I do it again, And then I realize just what overdrive looks like for me. So that way, when I'm feeling, I think that's the worst thing is when you don't do what you're supposed to do, and then you feel stressed and you've got a backlog, you just give up because it's too hard. You don't know what your body can actually do. So for me, if you're wanting to learn something about yourself, give yourself an hour, make a cup of tea, coffee, whatever it is, lock yourself in a room if that's what it takes. Yeah. Wear some socks if your feet get cold and just do it. And then track yourself. It doesn't have to be if it's a slow start to a fast finish, so be it. If next time that's what happens again, you've learned something about yourself.
Yeah, thanks, John. I popped into your live stream on Tuesday night, but I go to bed at 8:30 normally, so I stayed awake just for you.
Thanks for turning up.
Yeah, look, and try that. And if you're finding that doing it in setting aside the time, because as we know, ADHD brains do not necessarily like keeping to a good time schedule. Then perhaps then look at say the certain amount per day. Listings per day. Yeah. I find that works better for me in the sense that that's something else I can tick off.
Yeah.
And do your videos, Laura. And Wayne, if you don't do videos, I would, people don't realize just how well YouTube is as a free, advertisement for all of us. It really is. And you see all these resellers who are like, oh, I make this amount of money, but you look and they're YouTubers and they're putting constant stuff out that's showing what they're purchasing, doing a haul, whatever. People are seeing what they have. Even if like with James, the boring reseller, John reminds me a lot of him. And he sits there and he shows what he's listing, what he's pulling, what he has. And it's, it's a good thing to do. It's like letting people see what you have. I mean,
doesn't James always wear a hat?
James wears a hat, right? Yeah, he's has hat and he's always got his armband on. Yes.
Yes.
And he started out really slow. And I mean, he's very, very smart. And I think he suffers from a lot of different things too, because he is very, we'll be sitting there going, okay, we got 7. He's like, I got 50. I'm like, wow. But don't try to keep.
I like James.
Oh, I do too.
So, but we had, I don't know whether you had the same ads, but we had ads for a particular brand of battery years ago. It was called an Energizer battery. And in the ad, they had this little bunny rabbit toy going like that. And so, I mean, that's hung around and become part of Australian culture now. So if you've got someone that's a bit, zoomy, you're an Energizer bunny. And that's John.
Yeah.
He's the Energizer bunny.
Of course, in America, we call half of our men like that too.
Well, Octo, we better get some.
I don't know. Are you handing it back over to me? I thought you might have just talking about nursing home related paraphernalia.
Oh, look,
Can I just say, I know this is the accountability hour, but I don't make goals. I never make goals, and you know what that means? I've never failed. I've never failed in my life. Not once.
That's right.
I don't know if that works.
So I have some questions for you and anybody else that's in here. So curiosity, you say you're in a nursing home doing this, which I find super cool. I don't know if you watched one of my videos at the yard sale. One of my friends, he has a yard sale, and she actually grabs items from her friends who are in American nursing homes are a lot different than over there. I do know that. Yeah. They're not given anything over here.
She's not actually in a nursing home.
It's there to die. That's it. And she goes and she gets the items from like before their houses are shut down. She'll get the items, she sells them, and she gives the money to her friends who are in the nursing home so they can buy stuff and things like that, which I've been trying to get her to go online to sell the stuff and vice versa, sell stuff for her. And, you know, I just find that it's really amazing where you live because you're able to do those type of things. And that's really awesome. It really is. Because here it's America. Are you leaving us?
My daughter rang. She's sick.
Gotta go.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye.
Make sure you reach out to us. Make sure you reach out to us and tell what your goals are.
Absolutely will. Thank you so much.
No worries.
Bye.
Thanks, Laura. Bye.
Hey, Laura.
She's not actually in a nursing home, Mary.
No, I don't actually live in the nursing home.
We just say that because she's old.
Yeah.
It's just Wayno's sense of humor.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a good sense of humor. Okay,
I think that's where, and I think you were the one that started it, weren't you, Wayno?
I think the octopus started it.
Don't blame me. I'm a misogynist as it is, Wayno. I need something going for me.
I just jumped on board. That's like it's like I'm so lazy with my own show now. I've just decided all the guests I get on are just going to be your guests, your previous guests.
And,
that's why I'm
Asian, so therefore we're as filial as it gets. I don't get to bag old people out unless someone else does it. So therefore, I'm very much jumped on after they jumped on.
Well, I didn't know John was Asian. My eyes are painted on. There we go.
I just keep looking at his hair.
Kudos for you for not seeing color.
I love your hair.
Thank you.
We have our own version of John. I don't know if you've seen him. He's not set up at the moment, but he might be on a little bit later, I think.
Yes. Yeah, when we do the podcast, you'll probably pop in.
Well, that's right. I think Blake likes our version of John as well.
Who's the Australian version of John?
You know, our Octo's special version of John.
Yeah. The old brush on the head. It's great.
Yeah. It fits it well. Like the anesthetic's the same.
It looks identical.
Yeah, that's right. I can't tell the difference.
That's funny. Well, I like your character. I'll be honest with you. There's a couple of American YouTubers that are on. And one of the things I loved with Mikey was he had this like head he would take everywhere with him. And Doreen was her name. And he would be in Vegas. And there would be like guys hitting on this thing hanging up the back of his back. People loved it. And I'm going, why did you stop doing that? And he was like, well, people, I'm like, oh my God, that's why everybody watched. That's why we always ask, like, where's Doreen?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Because Grumpy Granny sort of just evolved.
Well, that's why I'm stuck with Granny now. I can't get rid of her because I'll have all the old people wondering where she is if I got rid of her.
It just I mean, look, I am on the more senior side of the sort of Australian YouTube resellers. So yeah, I'm old. But that's okay. I don't know.
I tell people I'm not old. I'm like wine. Just keep turning me over. I'll look younger at some point.
Yeah, no.
We have a tradition. We have a tradition in Australia, Mary. You have to guess Granny's age.
Brady's age. Brady would be
Granny.
Brady. Oh, okay.
Yeah, the old person below.
Yes, that's me. Yeah.
Oh, Granny. I thought you were talking like the reseller.
No, that's Blake. No, that's Blake.
I'm Blake.
We don't care about Blake. He's got bad facial hair. We don't care about him.
Two things in this world that I know, and it goes nationwide, is you never try to guess a woman's age.
But look, nationwide only means the US.
Oh, that cuff's perfect.
If you ever want to see food again, never guess a woman's age. If you ever want to date again, never guess a woman's age.
see, that's an Australian tradition, though.
Over here, it's not a strange tradition.
Read what it says on the
60. That's my guess. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. I've been celebrating 21, and every birthday cake I get says 21 since the day I was 21. I refuse to have it all these 30-something more ages past.
I don't know how you would have guessed that, Blake.
Oh, I don't know.
No.
My eyes, they work. Apart from colours, they don't work.
When did you turn 60? May I ask?
Boxing Day.
Really?
Do you have? Yeah.
You
So
don't look
26th of December.
I've seen you with your hair down. You don't look your age. But you know what? That's because you and I we're just doing something right. That's all.
So we actually had a wake for her 60th birthday, but unfortunately she's still here with us.
Yeah.
She's hanging on.
I actually, my 60th birthday was my 3rd ever birthday party in my entire life.
Wow.
I thought you were kind of young to go to a nursing home. I'll be honest with you. When you came on, you were like, a nursing home. I'm going, she looks good.
Yeah. Look, I mean, the nursing homes over here are pretty good, but probably don't know that I'd probably quite get away with some of the stuff that I do. But yeah. Hey, that's enough out of you, Adam. I'll get my pitchfork out. Adam.
Marilyn's looking
Adam,
pretty.
or is that Adam's listed 70 books? Maybe.
No, hang on.
Wow, you look good, Marilyn.
Yeah,
Wow.
I don't know. She might have had a hard life for only being 7, though.
So, Disgruntled Octopus, do we have an age what he looks like?
I'm 88.
888.
That's right. That's right. Octopus is
I was
age.
trying more like the 1001.
Yeah, pretty much. That's right.
Well, let me just say that if anyone that's listened to Tech and Sports, and when you listen to just his voice, he sounds very mature, but he actually doesn't look anywhere near as old as what he sounds.
His voice sounds like he'd be John's age.
Yeah.
We have a lot of deep voice people here in the United States.
Oh, okay. He sounds quite like, to me, he actually sounded more like he was 50.
Happy birthday for last week, Marilyn.
But yeah. So anyway, let's just say Octo's voice may make him sound older than he really is.
I'm actually 300.
I would say probably 41, 42.
That's how old Wayno is. I'm older than Wayno.
That's a lie.
Quiet, you. Where's he gone? Where are you? Oh, there we go. We solved that issue.
He really likes that button.
I know. I can't help myself.
You've got too much power. You got too much
goes
power.
in my head.
I'd say
a lot of power.
You were very close with your guess, Mary. I don't know exactly what it is, but I'm 42 and I'm older. I'm 43. No, wait. I'm 42. I'm 43 in a couple of weeks, so I'm 43.
So move over, Granny. Another person's coming into the nursing home by the sounds of it.
Sounds like it. So you're in your 44th year then, Uncle Wayno?
No, he's 43 this year.
In a couple of weeks.
He's in his 44th year then in a couple of weeks. If he's 43 now.
You're so young. Enjoy it.
My body's not.
No, whatever you do, don't start telling yourself that at that age. Don't do it.
No, don't worry. I don't have to tell myself. My body's been telling me for a long time.
Wayno's.
I was
going to say Wayno's got a child that's aged him considerably.
Here's the thing. I always
You've got a child that's aged you, Nelson.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll tell you a funny story. I went to see Cal yesterday, and I've had a lump on my back for a while. I was a little bit worried about it. I said to Cal, "Can you check this lump out for me?" Turned out it was fine. There's nothing. But she said to me, "Why have you got bruises all over your back?" And I was like, "What are you talking about? But you've got bruises all over your back." And I'm like, I can't see my back, so I never noticed. We figured out that it was Nelson at nighttime when I'm asleep. He's kicking me.
Nelson's his dog.
That's his dog.
I know.
I always sleep with my back to him. He sleeps behind me.
And, you can see you have a young face under that beard.
Sorry?
You have a baby face underneath that beard. You can see it.
Oh, if I shave, I look like the little fat kid from Hey Dad.
I had that same problem. I shaved. Now I look like a little fat girl. Look, whatever you do, don't start complaining about your body when you're 40. I have been told I will only see the age of 62. So,
yeah. Well,
the thing is live life every single day like it is your last moment every day.
And I suspect you will be here way after.
I'm a fighter. Mayo Clinic, and I have a lot. I live a lot of time there, but that's why I make videos on it, to make people laugh, to make them, realize that if you keep pushing through with everything, it makes life so much easier. And smiling is so much easier than crying. It really is. I look really ugly when I cry.
I don't know. Granny would give you a run for your money, I think.
That's not nice.
Yeah.
I think we better wrap it up. Actually, I think we've gone over. Drew's rolling on now. Yeah. So thank you for everyone. Obviously, we didn't get too much accountability this week, but we will check back in with you next week.
Went right out of control, really, didn't it?
That's right. That's right. I wonder.
Not too much accountability. I've got Laura.
Maybe I was about to say, yeah, that's right. We've got Laura going. We've got Wayno. Wayno's continuing business as usual, by the sounds of it.
What's that?
Are you business as usual?
Doing nothing.
That's right.
Yeah, pretty much.
Are you back this week, Wayno, or is it next week, your movie channel?
It's this Monday and it's Jeff's birthday, so that'll be fun. We're doing Goodfellas and Martin Scorsese.
I'll wear a little party hat in the chat.
Yeah.
So Uncle Wayno has a group of friends and they do a movie review. They've got a separate channel that they do movie reviews. Yeah.
Oh, I would love to know what that is.
Yeah.
You'll have to say it, Wayno, because I can't pronounce it.
Requiem.
Requiem for a Dream's the movie. I'm an idiot. It's Requiem for a Film.
Yeah.
I want to change the name though, because it's shit. It's a shit name, but I can't think of anything else. But yeah, for now, it's Requiem for a Film.
You can call it Cocomelon.
I thought 4 Men in a Movie, like.
Yeah,
well,
it came out in the group chat, didn't it?
When we first started, it was just me, Jeff, and Buddy. And me and Jeff are both big guys. I wanted to call the channel 2.5 Men.
Can you call it? How many guys are in there? How many guys are in there now, Winner?
4.
That's awesome.
Four. So 4 guys in a cup.
And a what?
Oh God!
Come up with some random names in there. It's all crap. So yeah.
But I do like the 4 Men in a movie.
Yeah.
It's hard to come up with names.
So are you doing the Barbie movie? The review on the Barbie movie?
Yeah.
Don't get started on that.
You don't want to watch that review.
Yeah.
That was a few weeks ago. You do not want to watch that review.
Time to wrap up, Octopus.
I'd rather put Tabasco in my eyeballs.
Yeah.
You might like our review then.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I like the review. Yeah.
So I will put Wayno's movie channel in the description of this video. So if you're looking for it, definitely recommend it. I pop in there periodically, and they're very passionate about their movies. Adzi brings a certain flavour to the channel.
I honestly think
I'm writing that down. Flipping Farm Girl.
I think if we didn't add Adzi in, the channel probably would have died by now, because he's just so passionate and his rants are just so funny.
Oh, they are, aren't they? And their heads, and then even when someone else is talking, he's going.
Yeah.
Like he just gets
So they change his medication every week by the looks of it.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. But thank you, everyone, for being in here. We've got 26 in here currently. Make sure you hit the like button on the way out. Subscribe if you're not already done so, because once we get to 250 subscribers, we're doing another Q&A live. So pretty much ask us anything, which is pretty much what this has turned into.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see you at 10 a.m. next Thursday, and we've got the podcast coming out on Tuesday.
Before you go, what's everyone doing now?
Packing.
Hey?
I'm packing.
Uploading video.
I might just go live on my channel because I'm just going to be sitting here for ages doing this anyway.
Well, there you go. Jump over to Wayno's channel. He'll send it to Uncle Wayno's World. That's right, isn't it, Wayno?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just give him 5 minutes to set up. He'll jump there. Granny and I are going to jump into our podcast now, so we won't be there. Mary, did you want to jump on the podcast this week?
I would love to, if that would be okay with everybody.
Yeah, that's fine. What I'll do is I'll jump off this. I'll close this session down. Then I'll send you the Instagram link for the stream chat, and we'll go from there. But we might pop into yours for about 20 minutes, Wayno, just to set up, and we'll say hello in there. So give me 2 seconds, and I'll put Wayno's channel in there.
I'll jump over. I'm not doing much. I should be, but I'm not.
Give me 15, 20 minutes. Set it up and go and take a piss. I can hear Nelson going off outside too, so I got to figure out what's going on out there.
My little one's just asleep over there.
I can see why there are so many YouTubers here in America talking about your channel, because you know what? It's a lot of fun. It is, and it's fun. It's interesting. It's learning, but it's learning with fun, and people learn more when it's not going, oh God, really?
Yeah. And that's what we felt. We wanted to keep it fairly lighthearted and, just be entertaining, I suppose, but with a little bit of info in there as well. Not that that's what happens in the live stream, but the podcast, yes.
Yeah, Granny loves the sound of her own voice, so.
You're full of information.
She's full of something, information. But that's Uncle Wayno's channel down there. I think that went over everyone's head. That's Uncle Wayno's channel down there. So I'll give him 20 minutes and he'll jump in. So what do you reckon, 11:30, 11:45, Wayno?
Yeah, I'll just set it up for 11:30, but I might be a bit late.
Whatever you feel like.
Yeah, we'll kick Wayno off now. He's gone now, so he can go do his own thing. So we're going to wrap up here. Thank you for everyone coming
Marilyn,
on.
just post any octopus pics on Instagram or send them to myself or Octo on Instagram.
Yeah, we'll get them up.
Sorry,
we're a bit behind this week. We've got a couple come through, but we haven't done anything with them yet. So we'll do that for next week. But thanks, Marilyn. Thanks, John.
Have you guys on a live when I do.
Welcome.
I would love to have you guys on there. I really would.
That would be great. Yeah, we would.
I would love to do that. Yeah.
Sorry, mate. I didn't see you after. There you go. You can do your little thing as well. Oh, no, he's back. Oh, there you go. There you go. Bye, John. He was I could see him lip reading. I could see him swearing at me behind the green screen. All right.
Bye, everyone.
We'll say goodbye to everyone. But thank you all for popping in, and we'll see you again next week. So. Yeah, well, thanks for coming on, Blake. We always enjoy your company.
The
package of Chubba Chups are in the way.
Oh, yeah, awesome.
Yeah. So, Blake's, what's your channel called, Blake? I'll bring it up.
Life of a Reseller.
Life of a Reseller.
Life of a Reseller, yes. Very original. I'm surprised it hasn't been taken.
I'm subbing to you right now. I'm subbing to you guys because I love it. I'm telling you, you don't understand. It's like over here, we love you guys. It's like, we love going to your channel. We love, listening to you because it's nice to see two different sides of the world of how things are sold there, how they're sold here, how you do things there. Because it opens us all up at that point of, especially if we sell internationally.
Yes, definitely.
It's so different, but so similar at the same time.
Yes.
It's weird. Yeah, it's good though. Yeah. It's good. It's the same sort of thing from us to you guys, I guess. And that I'm just jealous that you guys have the bins.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too.
No.
Whereas, our bins are just garbage. Yeah, our bins are free. Yeah, they're free. They're just full of rubbish. Yeah.
Yeah, but you get to list on eBay, don't you? You guys have like so many listings are like free.
Yeah, we don't have any.
All of our listings are free.
Oh, that would be so nice. We don't have that.
Well, actually, no.
John, the Resellers channel.
250,000 we can have in our stores.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just free listings. Yeah.
Anyway, we'll move on. I'll obviously Grumpy Granny's channels everywhere. She self promotes herself, so yeah. she's probably taking over the internet soon enough. But
we'll
close it off here.
If anyone wants to,
we'll close it off here before my voice gives out again. But thanks for Blake coming on. Thank you, Granny. We'll chat in a minute, and Mary will chat soon. But thank you everyone for coming on. We'll see you again next week. And have your plans set up for next week if you want to engage with the accountability thing? We'll try and keep it on rails next week.
Yes, we will. We will.
I'll put my fern back there.
Yeah.
I'll have to bring the skeleton back on. And don't worry, Wayno, I don't think you're watching this, but I'll subscribe to the upper level so we can have more than 6 people on.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
I'll see you all next week. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Bye.
See ya.